Alright, good Sunday morning, August 4th. Hot as balls out. Yeah, it's already in the 80s at like 10 o'clock. I mixed up some spray because here on the edge of this bean field next to my house, some velvet leaf is breaking out right here on the edge. But what I wanted to show you, and I'll go over here. I haven't sprayed yet, so it doesn't really matter where I walk in. But boy, the beans have shot up lately. We got 2/10 of rain. Today's Sunday, Friday I guess it was. But it was late in the day, so it didn't get sucked right out of the ground like if we were to get it right now, being hot as hell. But yeah, beans have, I mean, I'm not saying they're all like this, but these ones are waist high. I don't know how well we're going to be able to see down in them, but as you can see, still flowering, starting to make quite a few pods. Yeah, this field's not a good field to try and show you beans in because it's just so bushy. Of course, this part right down here at the bottom is very fertile because the field used to go straight across, and this was part of the pasture when we had cows. So, been a lot of cow shit on that right there for many a year. So those are going to be taller. But all right, I'm going to spray these, and then I will take you to some other bean fields, and we'll see how the corn's pollinating. What do you think? What do you think, Toby? Huh? You the new shop foreman? Yeah, tell him. I own this place. Or at least you own that chair now, huh, buddy? Whew. So anyways. Okay, I didn't take my sunglasses off because we're going to get in the truck and go look at some corn and beans. But anyways, it's hot. I need to sit down for a minute. I'm sweating my ass off. Yeah, I brought the clippers over, and what are you looking at me funny for? Because I'm almost bald now? Can't take the heat anymore, no matter how long the hair was. So I'm sure that the wife will tell me I left a couple of grass patches in the back. I don't know. It's hard to do by yourself, but she's got some family, a brother, and I don't know who else from out of town. So she was going somewheres. I don't remember where. I think they were going to church and then something. But I wanted to get those weeds sprayed because tomorrow we actually have a chance of rain again. Hope we do. Get some. I had 6.1 inches for June and July. That was my rain, which isn't horrible, don't get me wrong, but you know, a couple inches shy of normal. Look at this. Yeah. You got a tough life being a drop-off, don't you? Yeah. It's tough being you. Got your own chair. You get fed twice a day. Yep. Bought him soft cat food because, you know, we're trying to get some weight back on him because he was skin and bones when he got dropped off. But now he loves it, so I guess you'll be getting hard and soft cat food. Yeah, spoiled rotten little bastard is what he's turned into. So, all right, let's go look at some corn and some other beans. But those beans were definitely waist high and probably can get a little higher. All right, this is the cornfield up behind the shop. This is the cornfield where we had our corn sex education lesson in. I'm not going way in, trust me. Just going in a little ways. But as you can see, it looks much different now than what it did. I'm not going all the way in off the headlands. Okay, I had somebody ask me that, headlands. As you can see, these corn rows are going this way. This is my 24 rows around the outside of the field. And then when you get in there, you know, past the 24 rows, we go back and forth. I mean, some guys call them end rows. I know most people around here call them headlands. Call them whatever you want. Turnaround rows, I don't know. But that's what we call them. So for whoever it was that asked, that's what a headland is. So you can still see a few, you know, like there's some that came off of the tassels that is falling down, but now you can also see the silks, aka hairs, are turning brown. Here's one that's not completely brown yet. They'll turn brown when that ear of corn is completely, well, there you go. Now you can really see the little pieces that come off of the tassels. So basically the tassels are getting about bare now as far as these go. All right, I don't really want to rip the whole. Okay, as I'm pulling that slowly, see how the silks, aka hairs, are going with me all the way down? That's what it does. Oh, now you can really see it good. They go down the whole length of the ear between the rows. And that's what makes your kernels. That's what, you know, makes your rows of kernels. So, oh fuck it, a bird's gonna eat this anyhow. Or something, so might as well just tear it off. Alright, bear with me while I strip it down the rest of the way. But I don't know how to do it. I only got 2 hands. You get the gist. Look at the ground for a minute. Alright, see how I'm at the bottom and all the silks came with me? You've all, if you've eaten sweet corn, you've husked corn before. So let's see what this ear looks like. So for a round, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That one's 16 around. All right, let's count down, but we go down 3 or 4 from the top. So let's start like right there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And yes, I count the butt and kernels. I never count the top 3 or 4 up here. I know there's some guys that don't count the bottom 2 or so butt end ones. Yes, I'm looking over my glasses so I can actually see. I count them because they always shell. It's those top small ones that don't fill out, that don't always shell. So that's 16 around, 40 long. That's a pretty good ear of corn right there. So that one looks just as good. I mean, we're not gonna, you know, I'm just gonna set that there, but some creature will end up eating that because it's useless now. That ear looks really good. That one looks really good. Those ones right there look really good. But yeah, see, there's one that's not completely done pollinating. But like I said, it's August 4th. All right, I'm getting out of here because it's hot, I'm sweaty, it's itchy walking through cornfields. That's why I wasn't going all the way to the head, or past the headland into the field completely. But I'm excited that we could have a really good corn crop. All right, let's see if the deer flies try to carry me away. Yes, I'm in the truck because I didn't figure there was any sense in pulling the gator out, driving that up back here, putting it away, and getting back in the truck to go elsewhere. But this was the last piece of beans planted. I told you in the video 2-3 videos ago. As you can see now, these beans are dingle ball high. They're up to my dingle balls, so pretty damn close to waist high. And June 2nd, I think it was the last I planted. So you're not going to see as many pods on these yet, but you're starting to see quite a few. The pods are getting, you know, more than halfway up the plant now. But you can also still see all the little flowers, the purple flowers, where they're going to make more pods. So these are looking good. You can see the yellow leaves on the bottom because, like I said, we've been kind of dry, but they look pretty damn good for being as dry as we've been. I'm surprised. So let's go see. So that corn I just showed you was planted May 3rd, same day as the test plot. That field was planted, the one out back, which we can't get to obviously without going through that cornfield. One up the road was planted the next day. So let's go to some, because then we had that 13 days we didn't do anything. So let's go to a May 20th, and then that's all I'm going to. After that, you'll see the difference when we get to the May 20th corn. So you'll know, obviously, the May 23rd. I think we finished corn the 26th and then started right in on beans. And we're done with them on the 2nd of June. So let's just go see the difference between May 20th and May 3rd. All right, we're at the Buda Italy farm that I talk about. This field across the road, this 7 acres, is where we've had the test plot a number of times. Man, this shit's tall. Holy shit. But you can see smaller ears because they aren't fully developed yet. Skinnier. Some that still got a ways to go to get finished pollinating. Definitely, as you can tell, like I said, I'm not gonna wander way into the field, but you can still see some of the little doohickeys on the hairs, silks from the tassel. There's one that's pretty much almost all brown. But yeah, these aren't developed as far yet because, like I said, there was, well, 17 days difference from the field that we just looked at. So I'm not even going to peel one of these back. There's no sense in it. We'll come back and look at some of this corn like in another 2 weeks. Like I said, it's the 4th of August, but I just wanted to show you the difference. So this was the 23rd. I mean, on the outside where it gets more air, more sun, these ones are gonna get, as you can tell, a lot of them are getting browner already. But it looks good. That's what I'm gonna say. Obviously, it doesn't look like the one down there that was, and for you non-farmers, all of your number of rows around an ear of corn are an even number. Generally, around here 16, 18, and sometimes you'll get some 20s. I've even had 22. That's kind of rare. 16 to 18 is pretty normal. If it's not such a great year, I've seen 12 and 14, but 16 to 18 is pretty normal. We could have, in the other field, probably easily found some 18s, but we'll come back and check all this corn and stuff planted even after this, like I said, in another 2-3 weeks. All right, these are the beans up on Dalton Road. So the farm is a half a mile that way. These have shot up just about crotch high. Oh, I can't remember when I planted these, but I told you in a previous video, but you can still see all the flowering going on. I think it was the 30th of June. Pods on the bottom that are developing already. There's one that's just flowering. So, but they look good. But August is bean month for you non-farmers. Farmers will tell you, I mean, it's not like we don't want good weather in June, July, but you know, August is when you want a decent amount of rain to fill the pods and whatnot. So I did stop. I'm probably not, maybe I will after I pick corn. My brother's house is right there. Not all bean fields are gonna look super. That's 6 acres on the other side of that wood line. I mean, it's surrounded by woods. So your first couple of passes around that field, ain't gonna be so good. Always in the shade. Something like this, you know, I mean, even the headland or end rows, whatever you want to call them, look good because it's out here getting the sun, the air, whatnot. So, but I did see beans that were planted the 28th of June over on the other road. I might take you over there. I looked at them yesterday when I was coming home from somewheres. I actually found some 4 bean pods already on those beans, but I had to go up to my brother's and pick some sweet corn for supper. See if he's still alive. He just had a hip replacement. So 60 years old, hip replacement. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. All right, whew, I'm back to the shop. Oh, I hear you back there, Toby. He can get in and out of the back. You can probably see the daylight back there underneath the mower. And Barb came over and got the mower, the good mower, the mower lawn. So I'm sure oh, here he comes. I'm sure he booked it back there for a little bit, but he goes out and wanders now and then comes back. Come on, buddy, get on your chair. I'll pet you while we're finishing up the video. There you go. There you go, huh, bud? So anyways, whew, it's flipping hot for this time of the morning. I think that thing reads 80 in here, and it's cooler in here with the door closed, at least for another 3-4 hours, then it gets hot. But anyways, so for you non-farmers, like I just went and picked the sweet corn. Now you know when you're husking it, before you, whatever you do with it, boil it, put it on your grill, whatever. Yeah, he says, I'm just gonna make myself at home here. Be comfortable on my chair. Oh, buddy. Now you know why you gotta get all them little hairs, the silks off, because they run down the whole length of the ear of corn. You wouldn't have any kernels if they weren't there. They're a pain in the ass, but yep. So that's, you see the difference between the corn here at home and corn that was 17 days later. Like I said, it's the 4th of August. We'll go look at it in a couple of weeks, and that corn and the corn farther east and the corn south and the corn west that was all planted after here will all look like here in another couple of weeks easily. So I'm gonna do my one more thing. As far as the dipshit section, I don't know, old TT didn't show up in the last video. Old Ronnie Real or whatever, he made some stupid comment, but I don't remember what it was. So there really ain't too many dipshits, but you know, well, the one 2 hours east of me, he'll always be a dipshit. But somebody was telling me how he was showing his burnt leaves from doing his urea that he finally did, but it was cheaper. He waited until it got $100 a ton less. Well, let me explain something to you. When the corn's higher than the spinners on the back of the fertilizer spreader, yeah, most fertilizer spreaders, depends on whether they're single spinners, double spinners, have anywhere from like a 40, 50, 60, 80 foot spread pattern. Mine's a single spinner. I think it's a 40-foot spread pattern. If the shit's taller than what the spinner is, then it's gonna hit it. So it's not gonna spread it out, the 40-foot or 60-foot or whatever, you know, your spreader is, but hey, whatever. So the one more thing is gonna be about these right here. This company's a dipshit, actually. Hisea, Hisea. So far these shoes, you know, like, they look okay. I think they're starting to break down because my feet are starting to hurt wearing them. But the company sucks, okay? So anybody that's, and I actually texted Mike Price from Mike P 7810 because I know he's pushed Hisea before, and I said, hey, buddy, just so you know, I plan on tearing Hisea apart in my next video. And he says, you know, I'm kind of wondering about them myself, that they aren't or that they ain't possibly the great company that they make themselves out to be. So here's a little bit of an email chain between me and them. Okay, so I gotta duck the glasses down here in order to be able to read. So this was on July 6th. I said, so I'm still having people ask me what the deal is with the boots because they're saying that your site keeps telling them out of stock. So I'm assuming the new line you spoke of over a month ago still isn't out. And the reply I got from Clara was, hello, Andrew. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. We apologize for the inconvenience caused to your followers regarding the availability of the boots. As you recall, the ones they sent me were discontinued right from the jump. Makes a lot of fucking sense, right? As I mentioned in the previous email, we are currently in the process of transitioning our safety boot product line to a sub-brand, Ningo, under Hisea. Customers can choose to buy similar work boots, not the ones that they sent me, of course, on Amazon first if they need them. The sub-brand website is still under further improvement. Thank you for your continued support for sharing this with your audience. Oh, okay. So, because some of you had, tried to order the boots that I had, which, like I said, my feet are starting to hurt, so I think they're $50 boots. I think they're breaking down. So anyways, I emailed back and I said, Clara, I'm sorry, but this whole situation has seemingly been very unprofessional on your end. You sent me a pair of boots that immediately were discontinued. It's been well over a month and the new website for the sub-brand still isn't going. And now I'm supposed to tell people to go to Amazon? I think it's time to part ways so you can settle up with me for any boots that might have been sold through my channel. I'll get to that in a minute. So that was on July 8th. So on July 10th, I sent another email and I said, your non-response speaks volumes about your company. I'll be sure to let my followers know that. So that same day, July 10th, she did get back to me after not for 2 days when I said, we're done. No worries. As I mentioned before, we are currently in the process of transitioning our safety boot product line to a sub-brand, Ningo, under High C. Customers can choose to buy similar work boots on Amazon first if they need them. If not, never mind. Really? Never mind. And that was July 10th. So on July 17th, after a week, I said, so I am assuming you have no plans of settling up on the 10% you claimed I would get for any shoes sold through my channel. And today's August 4th, and I've never heard a thing back. So anyways, I'm done reading. I can pull my glasses back up. So originally when they sent me an email, which I'm not going to go back to all those emails. Oh, I know, Toby, I got up and you want just me to sit there and pet you. Yep, look at him. Like, dude, what'd you get up for? Come on, pet me. I'm Toby the cat. Anyways, the original email, God, I'm sweating. They said, we'll send you these boots. We'd like you to review them. If you like them, you can put them on, your channel and people can get a 10% discount using Grumpy Farmer, blah, blah, blah. And we'll give you 10% for every pair of boots that were sold. Well, I don't know how many boots were sold. I know Jeffrey Moe bought a different pair because these obviously were discontinued from fucking day one. But other than that, I don't know how many people, because a lot of you kept emailing and putting in the comments, hey, I'd like a pair like you got, but they say out of stock. And then finally they admitted they were discontinued. So obviously they have no intentions of ever giving me the 10%, which I could give two shits. Barb and I knew that was coming anyhow. I got a free pair of boots out of them. Are they getting kind of uncomfortable? Yeah, I think the insides are like breaking down, but what do you expect for a $50 pair of boots? Mike said they told him 6%. He's never seen anything. Well, I know the dipshit 2 hours east of me is still pushing High C, but anybody on YouTube that's pushing companies like this, they're doing it to get the free products. Because chances are they ain't getting anything out of them neither. But that point doesn't bother me. It's the fact that your company doesn't do anything other than scarf up some cheap shit from somewhere else like this new Ningo and try and sell it under your brand name. And then you try and get all sorts of people to push it for you. No, you guys all know I've demoed very few things. I still have the box here of the Saker grease gun coupler locks. I like them better than Lock and Lube, but I also told you after about 6 months, those break down and wear out and leak just like the Lock and Lube do. I like how they go on. For those of you like a homeowner who's just greasing your lawnmower, yeah, you can get a lifetime, well, not a lifetime, but a long time out of them because you're not greasing the number of things that we grease, a lot, let's put it that way. So, I mean, that planter, I can't tell you how many grease fittings are on it, but a lot. And some of them are daily when you're in planting season. But, so as far as the High C boots go, well, I think they suck. So let's go back to the Brunts that I were wearing that I think were the most comfortable work shoes I've ever had. The first pair was great, but then the next two pair, the sides, like I showed you in a previous video, got holes in them within 6 months. Well, I was on Brunt's email and text chain, so I texted them back one day when they sent me a text, and I said, hey, the quality sucks lately. What are you going to do about it? They actually responded and said, well, email this email address. So I did, and I explained how the last two pair, the sides ripped out. This was 2 months ago, at least. Never a response. I mean, I realized since, the Wuhan flu, quality control of everything sucks in this country. We know that. Parts, shoes, you name it. But these companies that don't even bother to respond. So anyways, I wear a 9.5 wide, okay? And it's hard to find wide because a lot of companies, they don't make wide shoes under 12s and 13s and stuff. The Brunt had a thing where you pulled out one of the inserts and it made it wider. I thought it was kind of weird, but it actually worked and they were comfortable. So here's what I want from you guys. And please email me. I know some of you are going to put it in the comments, but this way, if I, in 6 months, need a new pair of shoes, I don't have to go back to this video to look, or I don't have to write everything down. I can actually save the email. I want to know a good company that makes work shoes, preferably American made, but we've been down that road before, where I can get a pair of 9.5 wides that are comfortable and decent quality. If they only last a year, so be it. I need the comfort part because of my back and my feet and my legs. I mean, basically from the waist down, because, the car accident when I was 16 fucked me up. So things ain't right, well, from the back down, I should say, because when I was cut in half and they put me all back together, it basically fucked things up from the middle of my back down. So I need a comfortable pair of 9.5 wide shoes that are of pretty good quality, and American made would be nice. So, but my recommendation is I wouldn't have anything to do with High C, because now they're, sub-brand is some freaking Chinese shoe probably. I didn't look it up, called Ningo, Ningo. So that's just me. But all right, we'll see you in the next one. That's all I got. Quick second more thing. Don't forget to push on the Grumpy Farmer apparel link. Get your Grumpy Farmer apparel, especially your I'm voting for the felon shirt. Adam, big thumbs up. Not you, Adam Wagner, different Adam. You told me how you got shirts for your employees. That's cool. So appreciate it, but make sure you wear your I'm voting for the felon shirt with pride. Oh, I'm sure TT will jump on this one.